Meow. Oh, yeah. Switch accounts. Let's go here. Content. Live. Do that. On. Save. Oh, so if I pop it up. Show more. Get rid of that. Oh, yeah. Where's it going? All right. Yeah, go back. Where are you? I'm coming to get you. Who's there? Knock, knock.
Yeah. Time to die.
If you're watching us, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Come on. Here we go. Post. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go a little faster. Go a little faster. Come on. Why are you going so slow? Help, it's going slow. There we go. About time. There we go. All right, we'll let that go, and then we do that. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you're supposed to hear us. That's the whole point. All right, we're here together.
Yeah, now.
Well, we're not on time now.
I'm on time now.
Well, John was on time. We were just at the studio, and then we got done at 6:30, and we got a little quick food real quick from KFC, and now we're here. I can tell you that the Valentine's EP is officially completed.
Yay!
And the intro is hysterical.
Oh my God, it is.
I know. I can't wait for you guys to hear that. I'll have an announcement on when that's dropping. I'm waiting for the cover to come in, and then once the cover and all that's done, then I'll make an announcement, and then it's kind of crazy. And those that missed announcements, I don't know if anybody's seen this today. I didn't post it on SFNEOnline, but the song on Fury's album that features myself, Ether, and him and Shaggy 2 Dope from Insane Clown Posse is dropping on January 13th. So if you want to check that out, I'm proud of the song. I think it's great. Yep, we got Terrifier in the house. What's up, Chris? Happy 2023.
What's up?
And everybody out there. So if anybody's, if you're just sitting here shooting the shit, rubbing one out while you're watching me, I don't know, click that share button. Let's see how many people we can get in here. I know it kind of gets going a little bit, a little bit into it. We don't have a ton of news. We really don't have many topics, so to speak. I will tell you the topics. The smoking sections at Universal got shrunk down to one in each park. I got just kind of going over Epic Universe, Universal Monsters Land that's coming. The Icon Wheel, the Icon Park wheel, and Lethal Weekend that we just did. And we have Terrifier in the house first. I'll give you guys some stories you guys didn't hear about that were pretty cool. That happened, like on the 9 Music side, hanging out with all these people and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell you every little detail minute by minute, but I'll tell you a couple. Yeah, Rez slightly got murdered. You are right. There was a lot of craziness and stuff, but we'll save that to the end. We'll just get the 3 pieces of news, and then we'll just talk about that, talk about whatever. It's back. I'm going to tell you some of the stuff I'm going to start doing in the coming weeks, in terms of content and stuff like that. That I got some cool things that I want to do. Some stuff to bring that we stopped doing. We're going to bring back, stuff like that. It's going to take a little bit of time because we're going to take like 2 weeks off right after this. I know, boo-hoo. But I still got some videos to upload and stuff. I just want to recharge the batteries, kind of just chill. So I'm just going to, instead of taking the whole month of January off, we're only taking 2 weeks. And then maybe, if not, it'll be happening, but a name change, a whole new thing. I mean, it's not going to... Oh, yeah, the smoking sections will be a dead thing. I 100% agree with that, unfortunately. I mean, Disney already did it. It's a pain in the ass. Hopefully they do it right when they want to bring it outside. I mean, the parks really aren't that big where you got to work like, oh, shit, I got to walk, 30 minutes to get to a smoking section. I could be over by Velocicoaster and probably be at the front gate within 10 minutes without even running. Maybe 15. But still, I just walk 15 minutes, go have a smoke, come back. But I say within the next few years, smoking will be done. So as we're talking, there's topic number 1. The smoking sections have been reduced 1 per park, which I think is a bad idea. I get it. Some people don't like smoking. And my defense to all this is I don't like drinking. I think you know what I mean? Like the people that are in the parks that cause trouble, especially for Halloween Horror Nights, smacking people, punch people, spitting on actors. Alcohol should be removed from all theme parks. That people don't know how to handle their liquor and always end up acting like an asshole. And I personally believe, look, I'm a smoker. I can deal with it not being in the park. As long as I got a spot to go, I don't care. I just sit in my spot and I go. Even when they get rid of it, I go. Like when I go to Disney. Yeah, I know, and I think if Epic is smoke-free, getting to the front will be a pain. It will be. It's going to be a pain, but, I'm there to have fun, and every so often I like to go have a smoke and chill out, I always follow, you'll never, ever see me be one of them guys with a cigarette in my hand, walking through the park, or in a line with the, a vape pen or something. I'm not one of them guys. I follow the rules. I'm not trying to get kicked out. I'm not, you know what I mean? I can't control it. It's not my park. I have no say on what happens. I try to speak up and go, hey. But here's the problem why I think having 1 per area is bad. So if you have 4 or 5 of them scattered out, you don't have, say, 100 people in one spot smoking. You have maybe 20 people. But when you got 100 people and in one spot blowing the place out, that's where the problem is. Now, if you want, go at, if you're going to put it in the front, I get it. But if you're going to have them in the parks, bringing them down to 1 is stupid. You're making it worse. You're going to have that one area stanking.
And we all know that people will go smoking in the bathrooms as well.
Now, people for a little bit are just going to smoke them. They're going, oh, it was here. Now I'm smoking. People are going to still smoke for a little bit. You're not getting away until people start getting thrown out and stuff. And I get it. People don't want to smell smoke. I don't want to smell puke and deal with drunk assholes. And I get it. I know that's my bad habit. Smoking's my bad habit. And I get it. Oh, yeah, people are going to smoke no matter what.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I see it at Disney all the time. Even though I mean, the worst smoking section at Disney is Magic Kingdom. You know, like that's so far away to walk. I do it. I just don't smoke as much. I'll smoke like 3 cigarettes before I go back, and I'll smoke one, put it out, spark another one, put it out, spark another one, and then I won't have another one for like 8 hours. Unless I'm like really, really need to have a cigarette, I'll leave. You know, go out, but it's just so far out of the way. The best smoking section in all of Disney Parks, Hollywood Studio, right by the front gate. You don't even have to go through security. Well, they will lose some money, but it's not going to make a dent. Because people thought the same thing at Disney. I even said, I was like, fuck Disney, I'm not going back. I've been back, but now I'm still saying fuck Disney because the magic's gone.
Yeah, the magic's gone, but now that I goes back,
I'll probably go back. I'll wait. I'm personally not gonna hold my breath until I physically
seeing.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people that live there.
Yeah.
That I see that go there like every day that live there. Wish I could go every day. I don't know how these people make money. I really don't. Well, I mean, they could probably go after work or before work. I've seen people do that. Go for a couple hours. And so, but anyway, where the location of these smoking sections are for the 2 parks for right now. When you go to Islands of Adventure, it's going to be in the port of entry area overlooking the lagoon. And that's always my go-to smoking spot anyway. Well, in the best of news, my beautiful lady wants me to quit. I mean, look, I'm eventually going to end up quitting because they're talking about making menthol cigarettes illegal. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sell them. Kind of like we're doing with the flavors with the vapes and stuff. You still get them, but they're going to be hard to get. And I can't stand smoking anything other than menthol. I can't smoke regular things. So, most likely what end up happening is I'll just be high all the time. And that's okay, too. Just a little, not out of my mind. I got my little trusty vape pen that I can partake with, But I just wanted to warn you guys. And on the Universal Orlando side, it's going to be in that park over by the Mummy and Jimmy Fallon and that area over there. That's where smoking is going to take place. I don't know about Volcano Bay. I didn't see anything about that. So who knows? If anybody would know, it would be Chris probably. But But hey, what's up, ass?
Happy New Year, y'all.
You filthy animal. I mean, yeah, that's where the good music comes from when I'm... Well, actually, not always. Ask John. I'm usually straight sober, no nothing.
A lot of times he is sober, and then sometimes when he takes his edibles.
Sometimes, but usually... Here's my problem with weed. Like, I love it. It helps my anxiety. It chills me out. But... I can't perform on it. I can record on it. I have, So, it's just certain times I will not smoke weed. But eventually, I will be partaking with getting rid of cigarettes whenever the ban. Like, once they start announcing a ban, I'm just going to go spend like a couple $1,000 and just buy cartons of cigarettes.
Yep. Eventually, that's coming, but
it's
not going to come right away.
No, but when it does happen, that's what happens. So
another 5 more years. Another presidency.
Yeah. So when you go into Universal, just remember there's only one smoking spot in each park now. If you're a smoker, if you're not a smoker, then that news, you probably welcome that news, and you probably are like, I don't care. But I figured I'm a smoker and I know quite a few, and I figured I'd just let you guys know that that's what's going down the pipeline, unfortunately, for people, That's why I keep, like when I see the non-smokers, when they, but they talk about drinking, I'm like, well, you're not so innocent either. I'm tired of listening to you drunken, knocking over things, acting. I mean, there are people that can handle liquor. You would never. There are people that drink and you would never know they're drunk. But for me, I'm like, I don't want to smell puke from drinking. I don't want to be around those annoying people in the parks that are just drunk, knocking over, you know what I mean? And
the only time you want to be around those people is watching them at the concerts being fools.
Yeah, I just sit there and I laugh at them.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I like. That's what I like to do. I like to make fun of them as they make fun of me. So, hey, and you know what? You don't do either. You don't drink. You don't smoke. You're living a good life, I guess. I don't know. I just rather have my weed. I'm in a nice place with that.
Just give me a bunch of Mountain Dews and I'm happy.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, realistically for me, all I would need is my Dunkies, iced coffee, and a pack of smokes or my vape pen weed thing.
Yep.
I'm happy. Because, like, even like when I'm outdoor at places, like, even if there's not, like, you're at a place and there's no smoking sections, I walk away from people so I don't, you know what I mean? Just because I smoke doesn't mean I got to bother you guys, you know what I mean?
Well, we were talking about this earlier. If we ever did Weed Fest again, that weed festival.
Oh, yeah.
You were surprised. I'm like, yeah, that's just cool.
Yeah, he don't.
I don't do any of that shit.
He doesn't do weed or nothing, and he embraced what the festival was, and you know, we got to perform at it, and he got to walk around and just being able to see all the cool stuff, you know. So it's been cool. All right, next item on the list, Icon Park. Everybody knows what Icon Park is. If you don't, I'm gonna tell you. That's where they have that big giant Ferris wheel, like what, 300-400 feet tall, in Orlando. And they got some other rides. They had that unfortunate accident where that teen, you know, came off the drop tower. Well, now they have
another issue.
Yeah, they have a play. The Ferris wheel started sparking. People got trapped on the Ferris wheel. They had power outage. They had to rescue people off it. This is not a good look for them, at all.
Not the best of years for Icon Park.
Well, because I don't know if you know this, John. You may or may not. Do you know who owned that wheel first?
No.
Merlin Entertainment, the people that own Legoland and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then whatever the deal was, I don't know if they were just management of the ride. I don't know the inner workings of how that worked.
Yeah.
But whoever the bozos are that are running them rides over there, they need to get taken out of there before somebody else gets hurt.
Merlin needs to honestly go back.
I don't know if Merlin would touch it, but they need to find an operator that can actually maintain and follow the rules.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at what they did when that teen boy, the football player kid there, when he fell off and died, right there, plop, you know.
And they're negligible. You can really see that. So.
Yeah, Icon Park will be lucky to avoid going under after they settle all these issues.
Yeah. And it's sad because Icon Park is actually not a bad looking park.
No, it's fun because I mean, not where the wheel is, that building. They got like shops and stuff, but in that area, like if you're looking at the wheel from the back side of it, not the front parking lot. I call where all the shops are the back side. It could be the front side. I just call the others because most of the time when I come in, I'm coming in from the other side. Yeah. And I just consider that the front side. I could be wrong of what's the front and the back side, but in any case, so where all the shops are, that's where that Illusions Museum is.
Yeah.
And say if you're looking at it, and you go to the right on that strip of shops over there, it's over there, really cool. I mean, I've ridden the Sky Screamer there. He says I'm backwards. Well, I called over there the front and at the back. That's just what I do. Hey, I could be ass backwards, and that's okay. In my brain, I call the other side where the actual wheel is. I call that the front. Because the first time I ever pulled in was there. So that's why I call that the front. I know it's a stupid explanation, but that's my explanation.
Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You don't like it? Screw.
Yeah. But I've walked all around there. I've eaten plenty of food. I've been in the shops. It's a nice little hangout area for real. It really is a nice place to hang out, and you get some drinks if you're a drinker. Just hang out, get some. There's a lot of good food over there. I've eaten a ton of food over there. There's so many awesome restaurants over there.
I haven't been there in a while, but I've eaten before over there. It's good.
Yep, and then I know across the street is where pedophiles, enthusiasts of America hang out.
Yeah.
During IAPA at that bar.
Mm-hmm.
And restaurant. Matter of fact, last year, 21, when I went to IAPA with Rich and Kenny and Mike.
Yeah.
And we went to that restaurant, and I saw Kyle that used to work at He was the marketing manager.
Yeah.
Not Kyle that lives in Florida. He moved to Six Flags Great Event. Yeah. And he saw me. He's like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Well, Chris, I think this is what's going to happen. This is me in my crystal ball. People still want to go on rides regardless of what happened. Everybody knows that drop tower was coming down, right? They're going to have to rename the park again. What's up, Jay Kite? What's going on, buddy? So basically what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to rename the park again. They're going to have to... That's why, and I don't know if people realize this, at Six Flags New England, when Superman got changed from Superman to Bizarro, that was like 4 or 5 years after the accident.
Yeah.
On Superman when the guy died.
Yeah.
So they changed it because like the ridership was going down because somebody died on this ride. I don't want to ride this. So like, okay, now it's Bizarro. It's not Superman. And then it stayed Bizarro for a few years and then went back to Superman because now everybody forgot about the stigma of the guy dying. So that's going to happen. There's going to be another rebrand. They're going to have to get all the maintenance going for all these rides. They need to get a new ride person to the management to manage these rides and get somebody that's going to follow the laws, follow the rules of, like, not touching the stupid sensors for the restraints. Yeah. Like, this is what it said at. If you're too fat and you can't get on. I mean, in the years past, I had to do walk of shames on certain rides. Yeah, it's embarrassing, but I'd rather be thrown off a ride for being too fat than getting on a ride and getting thrown off and die.
Exactly.
I just need to put the extra cupcake down. That's all.
Extra Twinkie.
Or like in the intro, I love you. Well, that was my real vows, but
yeah,
I love you like a fat kid loves cake. That's me. So yeah, just be on the lookout. Like, Icon Park is a place that I will not ride rides at right now. I just don't trust them. And honestly, you shouldn't either. Let's be honest. No. Until some things change at that place, I personally would not at all
ride anything.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Go to the shops and the museums.
Yeah, go to the museums, the shops, the arcades. Go get some food because those people aren't touching it. So you're okay there. Now, if those people start touching the food, I would say don't eat the food. They probably put poison in it and try and kill you off.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But just be careful when you go to Icon Park. Stay away from the rides for a little bit, I guess. I mean, even when I went there after that. I was there. We went for Christmas time. And they never did vows at the wedding I went to New Year's Eve. The actual ceremony was maybe 5 minutes of the hour-long service. Yeah, that's about... Well, I mean, even with Jess and I doing our own vows during our wedding, the ceremony itself was maybe 5 minutes.
Between 5 and 10 minutes itself.
Yeah, it was very short for that.
Well, in general, it's roughly between 5 and 10 minutes.
Oh,
the main parts that everybody gives a crap about.
Yeah, the vows I do. Yeah, kiss. Okay, yeah, husband and wife. Like, look, I'm not a religious guy, and I'll always, don't worry. I'll always be your trusty shit talker of religion. I'm not going to get into that, but hey, if you believe in religion and stuff, by all means, have at it. Do your thing. We had what do you call that?
Justice of the Peace.
Yeah, we had one of those, Justice of the Peace, and we did our thing, and it was great. It was short because, like, I don't know. I've been to weddings, when you're in the church and you're up and you're down, and I don't want to go to somebody's wedding.
Aerobics church.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to be doing aerobics. You know what I'm saying?
I thought I used to call it aerobics class.
Yeah. You have to. Well, you know why? They're getting you ready to eat.
Yeah.
Up and down, up and down.
Up and down.
Yeah, like that's. I think that's overkill. I'll be honest. Like, I like what we did it here. We did it during COVID. We did it in the backyard. It was the best damn wedding I've ever been to, and I know that's mine. But I mean, people are throwing people in the pool. Like, me and my mother danced right into the pool, and I chucked her in the pool. And then all of a sudden, everybody in suits and dress khakis and dress shoes are just jumping in the pool. You know what I mean? We had what do you call it? Roasted pig there. We had a pig roast. We had an open bar. Everybody was drinking. Everybody was smoking weed. Everybody had, like, the things that we did, you could never get away with at a venue. Like, we partied. We really partied, and it was great. And the best part was I didn't have to drive anywhere after. It was right there.
Yep.
And eventually, and I stayed in my wedding outfit
Yeah.
until we cut the cake. After we cut the cake,
No strip.
I went in the house. I put my bathing suit on. I jumped in the pool. You know, that cake was so good. The top little, there was 3 layers. 3 separate layers of the cake, and the top was my favorite because it had spice cake. I said, look,
I gotta make you another one.
I know they're good. I told the girl who made the cake.
Mm-hmm.
I said, and I asked Jess first before I did it, and I said, look, you get 2 layers of cake, whatever you want. Get whatever you want. I'll pay for whatever cake. You know what I mean? Yeah. I didn't pay for the cake. Jimmy and Danielle paid for the cake, which was super cool. But I said, can I just have the small top piece spice cake? Like, I don't want chocolate cake. I don't want white cake. I only like spice cake. So if anybody out there ever wants to buy me a cake, spice cake, or make me a cake, spice cake is the way to win my heart.
Hey, I already know because I already made you one.
Yeah, I know. But the way to win my heart is through a spice cake. Because it tastes like a coffee muffin.
Yeah, it does.
It's so good. So yeah, that's what we did there. So rooms could be better, at least in the Stardust Tower, but the venue part was well laid out. The wine I had at the reception felt flat and cheap to me. Well, you don't ever want to buy me a cake or make me a cake? Go get a box of Duncan Hines. I'm not fancy. People think I'm this fancy bougie guy.
No, he's not.
I mean, the most bougie thing I have is my glasses because they say Versace on them. And I want them because it was just cool, like on the side.
Yeah.
I'm not really. Ask him, what do I wear? Sweatpants and a t-shirt every day of my fucking life.
Yep.
And I'm not, everybody knows I'm not a bougie guy. Like, I'll spend money on a computer or music equipment or a vacation. When I'm home, I don't buy expensive stuff. You only do brownies and fudge. Hopefully it's not freshly made fudge from somewhere else. I'm just being a douche. Sorry, dude. I'm just being funny. All right, so this next part of it before we get in, I mean, this is the last news piece that I got.
Oh, wait. Before we do that.
What do we got?
We do actually have a rumored opening date for Six Flags New England.
I may not be there that day.
So there's been a picture floating around, and I actually while I was over here, if you notice, I was playing on my phone.
Yeah, yep.
So on the group section of getting your group tickets for Six Flags New England,
April 7th.
April 7th is the start of the dates that are available for group tickets. So it looks like we might be having opening day at Six Flags New England on April 7th. And they'll be running 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then again the 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th. And then you have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off. And then the 21st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Oh, yeah, because you can't. Oh, wait.
Is on the regular app, you cannot get to it.
Yeah, it ends at January 11th.
Yeah. So if you look into the group areas, you can actually find that out.
Well, there you go.
So far that we know of, that's going to be the dates.
Well, that's good. And I know Canopy has a date. It's like May 5th or something. May, I forgot.
Yeah.
Let me look. I'm going to look it up right now. And then once we get closer to opening, once we start getting the parks, once we get back to the parks, once they get, like the calendars out, we'll make sure what I'll do is every week we'll, as we get closer, we'll go, hey, don't forget this park's open, that park's open.
We'll make a video of all the opening dates that we find out.
Explore. It's got to be here. Where's,
Ask Kaka said something about the 23rd.
Oh, 20th. Let me see. Groups, about, plan, park hours. January, February, March, April. Yep, you are correct. Not that I doubted you. I just like looking. Well, May 20th is for Canopy. April 7th tentatively is for
Six Flags New England.
You know what, though? that's okay for me. And you want to know why? Next month, no, what, the 2nd through the 5th?
Yeah, we'll
is
be in St. Louis.
we're going to be in, oh yeah, I got to talk about that. Good thing you brought that up. I totally forgot that, ask. Remember about the Wildcat rumor?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a rant coming. Get ready.
Oh boy.
Get ready first. But let me finish my thought here. Transworld is less than a month away.
Yes, it is.
It's less than a month away now, and that's the haunted house thing. I know Nell's going, I'm going, John's going, Jet's going, Ash is going, Rich, Zeke, Rifle, Jay, Hannah. I don't know. I think that might be it. There could be more. Yeah. I've been really trying to get Rez to go, but that might be.
He says next year.
He says next year.
He's focusing because he wants to go when it's back in March.
Yeah.
Because he said about his father wants to go too.
Yeah, and but yeah, so yeah, and as we get a little close, after the 2 weeks, that'll give us time to really get in gear about doing the what do you call it, Transworld hype. Finding out what you guys want to see. But I mean, I'm going to film a bunch of shit. But if there's certain things that you guys keep in mind, if there's certain things at Transworld for the haunt stuff that you guys want to see, well, there's Christmas stuff. There's escape rooms. Karina's going. There's a lot of people going. So it's just a matter.
13th World is rolling up this year.
Oh yeah, 13th World's rolling up in full effect this year. Like, we're here, we mean business. We're here to fuck with all of you, and that's what we're going to do. So, but like, keep in mind, when we come back in 2 weeks, we're not leaving yet, don't worry. But when we come back, we're going to start the hype train on Transworld.
We're also going to be planning on possibly doing a video of us eating hot wings.
Oh, yeah.
One night.
I know, I'm going to go through and look at like the hottest shit that I can find.
And then we got to make sure we get a bunch of cheese pizzas.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll see if the trick works. We'll talk about it then.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see if that trick works. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll find out. It worked for my dad.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna get. Oh yeah, before we get to that last topic, I lied. Thanks to Ask, I forgot all about it because that's funny as hell, that topic. We're gonna do a thing. Bring back Planet Coaster. We're gonna also start working on Hauntapalooza. Bringing that back, because I know Fury's down for it. I know Nell and Karina are down for it. Obviously, you're down. I'm down.
I'm always down. Whatever.
But when we do Hauntapalooza, obviously, we're not going to be talking about theme parks. It's going to be strictly haunted attractions, horror movies, horror music. And now that, especially after last weekend, the connections I made, we're going to be able to get a lot of special guests on coming in to talk about music and haunted houses and different cool stuff. Because a lot of cool things happen that nobody knows about. Some stuff I can't even talk about yet. Just because we don't want to ruin it. You know what I mean? Like, it's good. There's some cool things coming down the pipeline. Not 100% official because we haven't set it up, but it's coming. It's official, but it's not official. It's just got to get some stuff together, and it's cool. So, all right. So, what Ask Kaka was talking about, I got to pull this up because Jason in Paradise actually sent this to me. Was that yesterday or the day before?
The day before.
Oh, was that when we were in Boston?
That's when we were in Boston.
Yeah, so while I'm looking for this, I got to go into Instagram. While I'm looking at this, so Tuesday we were at this recording studio on Newberry Street.
The first time we were ever in an actual bougie.
It was like a bougie area. It was crazy. You don't even know there's a recording studio there, but it's called Cyber Sound. Now I thought it was the one that was for Berkeley College. It's not.
No.
We're not actually allowed because we don't go to school there. We can't go in that studio.
That's the thing that sucks.
I know. He was showing me pictures of that studio, and it's sick. But this studio's still sick. But Cyber Sound in Boston, we were in room B. There's 2 rooms. Our room was kind of small, and they got room A, which is giant. But we were in the studio in Smithfield, Rhode Island today, and he was telling me, he's like, yeah, Onyx. I don't know how many of you know who the rap group Onyx. They got that song, Slam, da da da. Let the boys be boys. Slam. You know, it's the 90s. Anyway, so they had been in there for 3 weeks ago, and before that into November, recording new music. So I was literally using the mics that they use, Wu-Tang Clan, because of the proximity to like House of Blues in Boston and the Boston Bruins Garden there, the TD Bank
Garden, and then you got Fenway Park right down the street.
Yeah, so when all these famous musicians get done with a show, they like to go over there because they're the closest, and they go and they record albums and they go record voiceovers. Like Gronkowski has done stuff there and for commercials, and
yeah,
Post Malone records there sometimes.
What did he say? It wasn't in there not too long ago.
Who?
Post Malone.
Yeah, he said recently, the last time Post Malone was in Boston, he was in there. So, again, I don't know about you, John, but you could feel the presence of legends.
Yes, you could.
You could feel like it just made me feel all warm and fuzzy. Just because I was like, if this place is good enough for them, it's good enough for me.
I know that's the place that New Kids on the Block's always in.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay, so there you go. New Kids on the Block. Now you're gonna have the name.
We're really hanging tough in there.
We're hanging tough. So now you just add Dr. Giggles to that. That's so crazy. It's the craziest thing. Anyway, so 2 days ago, Jason the Paradise sends me this thing. There's a Facebook group called Coaster Hub that's having a conniption fit.
What else is that?
I think. Oh no, wrong one. Not them. Nope. That was a different one. Okay, wrong group. Historic Coaster Foundation was having a conniption fit over this. So, if you go to Lake Compounce, you guys know all about Wildcat. Right now, it's still rough. Needs a lot of love, right? I won't even ride it anymore. Oh, Nell said that's John's favorite group, New Kids on the Block. It is. He's always hanging tough. So, this is what they posted. Tell me this ain't some crybaby Karen bullshit. According to various sources, Lake Compounce is in talks with Great Coasters International to transform the 1927 built Wildcat into a steel coaster. If true, this is something we at HCF will not stand for. The Wildcat is an American pedophile enthusiast coaster landmark and the oldest coaster in New England. The best thing to do with Wildcat is to keep it a wooden coaster and retract the rough spots that have been causing trouble for the last few years. If true, and Lake Compounce decides to go through with this, we will consider gathering enthusiasts and parkgoers that support wood coaster preservation and hold a protest near the park in support of keeping the Wildcat a traditional wood coaster.
Will they just get off of it?
Wow, get the ambulance. Wow, wow. You know what I gotta say? What are you, Historic Coaster Foundation?
Yeah.
Lick my dick. And here comes rant time. Here we go. Get your fucking popcorn and soda, bitches.
Hey, I got my prime.
All right, I got my Mountain Dew. Ready? Here we go. The moment everybody's been waiting for. Look, I get it. People want to have wood coasters, right? And yes, Lindsay, History Lee said, Jerry paid a fortune to retrack it when corporate wanted to scrap it. That is true. Jerry told me everything. The money that they've spent on Wildcat already could build a brand new wooden coaster the same size. From the ground up, a brand new wood coaster. Wood coasters, you have to, if you want to keep your coaster in great shape, you need to retract spots every year.
Yeah,
not every few, not every 10, or never. Look, I know it's me getting a little older, and I can still ride rough rides. That's not the thing. Wildcat, on the turns, back when they built that in 1927, nobody's thinking about bank turns or nothing. So when you're riding this coaster and it's turning, it's just, so you're getting banged around and it hurts. Yeah. It's an unbearable ride.
Yeah, when you go.
Yeah, you're just constantly getting jacked up in the back and the sides. I know that last strip before the brake run, you're like, you're a bobblehead. And I'm like, why am I riding this? So Ace, as we know, has a historic plaque, and the second that it's becomes steel, they're gonna go, oh, we need to take that plaque back, which really isn't a loss. The least amount of traction and advertisement for a group that claims to want to do coastal preservation, but doesn't do a friggin' thing about it. They talk. They talk about it, but they don't save anything.
All they do is this. They always do this.
Yeah, they don't, you know what I mean? That's part of the reason why I can't support them. Because, like, I ask people, and I'm like, why, you know, like, why? Like, why aren't you saving actual things? You talk about it and you try to save it, but talking about it and trying to make something is not going to save anything. Look, nothing lasts forever. Nothing. All of our favorite rides, his rides, your rides, my rides, and everybody else, guess what? One day they will be gone. Enjoy your rides that you love today, right? Enjoy them, because one day they're going to be gone. Your favorite roller coaster, flat ride, flume ride, a wood coaster, steel coaster, whatever it is, eventually one day they will be gone, and something new will be in its place. Instead of being a crybaby bitch about it, embrace the future. Stop living in the fucking past with these beat old dead-ass rides that fucking hurt. And you know what? I want them to do the same thing. I want RMC to go up in that bitch in friggin' RMC Boulder Dash.
The funny thing is you got this Karen that's complaining.
Yep.
Right? I'm sure that same Karen is also a tree hugger at the same time. So why wouldn't you want the wooden coasters to go away? If you're a tree hugger, you know these tree hugging groups are going to give a crap about trees. You're cutting down trees. You're making wood.
Yeah.
Hello.
Ask Kaka. Even when they retracted, it helped some spots, but it still didn't.
No matter
fix
what, it still sucked.
And look, I had high hopes for the retracking. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to really enjoy it instead of getting back surgery because of the ride, you know? But Knoebels takes care of their woods. Woody's. Cedar Fair and Six Flags do not take care of their wood.
No,
code.
they don't.
They do not. Comet at Hershey is boring as shit. Lightning Racer is the best wooden coaster they got at that park. Now Wildcat becomes, they have a Wildcat at Hershey.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be something different.
The Revenge of Wildcat.
Hey, I'm okay with scrapping Wildcat too altogether. I know this, sounds weird, but look, you can't save everything. I would love to see, them change. I mean, Holiday World I've been to once. Holiday World was awesome. I love, they have the Halloween themed area, and they got
Holiday World is nice.
Yeah, I want to go back to Holiday World.
I want to go on the Raven again.
Yeah, I've ridden the Raven.
That was the flag that I got in my box. Was the Raven?
Yep, there was Raven, Legend. What's the third one?
Shit, what was the third one?
Yeah, Dollywood does. I mean, Dollywood did let Thunderhead go a little bit for a few years. It was getting a little unbearable, but they got it back.
The biggest thing is now, we love new innovation and shit. When it comes down to coaster innovation, time is now to go to steel. You cannot go to wooden because now the wood sucks that you get now out of the trees, out of the woods that they take down. The woods. Number two, everybody anywhere you go in innovation is steel.
Oh yeah.
Look at GCI. They got the Titan Track. Okay, what does Titan Track do? It brings certain spots of that coaster that is wood to steel. So it's still not going to completely be a hybrid.
Yeah, and then Ask Kaka is asking about the one at the Fun Town, the one that's themed to the medieval. I forgot what the hell the name of it is. It's got a couple Excalibur. Yeah, I know they retracked a bunch of it. You know what I mean? I don't know where it is. I mean, there was some rough spots, but Excalibur was still way better than Wildcat ever could be. You know what I mean? Like totally different specs, sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And I get it. Some people might get upset about what I had just said. And you know what? If you get upset about it, you're not the person I want watching the show anyway. You know what I mean? I don't care about saving anything.
Yeah.
When it's time for it to die, let it die. Stop putting Band-Aids on it. Let it die. You know what I mean? Look, I know there's going to be days when Superman goes away, and I'll be sad.
Hopefully soon. in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Well,
got the
that's
rattle.
not everybody else.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I like
I'm probably
it.
one of the only ones in New England that
No,
says
no,
get rid of it.
no. I'm sure there's other ones that say get rid of it. You know, you got, I mean, even look at Batman. That's got a little bit of a rattle near the end.
It's got the RMC rattle. Not RMC,
The B&M
rattle.
Yeah. And, you know, when Superman's got the Inman rattle. And I get it. But you know what I mean? Like, there's should be no reason why you should be holding on to something like that. Look, the person that posted that, and you're not going to get very many people because most people hate that ride. They've retracted. What more do you want them to do? Really? Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
They spent way too much money. Now you fix the problem. You rip off the entire track.
And you build it over as steel.
Yeah.
With steel you get better effects. So with steel you can actually get good banking turns. You can get, okay, you want to go upside down, you can go upside down. Whatever you want to do.
I mean, honestly, if I was Lake Compounds, I'd take the loss and rip Wildcat right out.
Yeah, and just start from ground up.
Yeah, call RMC or GCI, get the thing done to Boulder Dash, and there you go. I wrote a clone of Howler. That's what Howler at a park in Spain. It was only 1/3 coasters in most mediocre parks. History of parks. It's not dirty. Food is good, but no good rides. Howler, right? Yeah, I know that. I know. Yep. But like I said, I don't know why. Like, I get it. You guys love what you love. I'm not here to knock you for it. But if you're gonna cry like a Karen because your ride's gone, not even I can't cry like I get it. It's a business decision. Do you want to keep spending money fixing this thing that's a piece of shit, or get something in there new that's better for you? Right? That's better. I don't know about you.
I want something new.
Because right now with Lake Compounds and Wildcat, I don't ride it. Not once a year. Now I'm done. Until that thing becomes a steal, I ain't ever riding it again. I don't care that you guys all praise Heavenly Lord of Coaster people. I don't care. I want to go and have fun.
Yeah.
I become a coaster snob. I'm okay with being a theme park snob. I'm going to ride what I like, skip what I don't, have fun. You guys ride what you love, eat the food you like, enjoy the shows, enjoy your flat rides, ride your coasters, whatever it is that you love. But that's what I do. What I like, I ride. What I don't, I walk right on by.
We've already proven that.
Yeah. I do it all the time. You know, and then every once in a while, there might be a flat like I haven't ridden in 10 years.
You'll ride.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you know what? I haven't ridden this in a while. Let me ride it.
Hell, every time we go now, you get to go on friggin' Scramble, and you never used to.
Yeah, I know.
Saying it.
Yeah, but I have fun. You know what I mean? Like, I have fun on.
Laughing your ass off at me squishing the crap out of Jeremy.
Yeah, because I'll sit by myself, and then I purposely put my son in a car with him, so that way he can squish my kid. And it's funny. I mean, my kid plays along with it. He'll start acting out, be like, oh, extra exaggerated. Oh, you know, it's a good time.
Remember we tried to make it 3, and we couldn't.
Oh yeah, we tried to be me, you, and him.
Yeah,
we couldn't do it. It wouldn't work. But yeah, so again, don't get all caught up in it. Look, how many of you really give a shit about Wildcat? I don't. I know some people are like, I ride it once.
If they're really complaining about it being one of the oldest coasters, right? They should complain about having Jeffrey tear out the old motor.
Oh, I know. Yeah, they had that old belt. I mean, like what, that leather belt driven thing. Like, what do you call it? Jerry one time, he took me into the what do you call it? The motor room.
Yeah.
And he showed me, and I mean, it was cool to see. I'm not gonna lie, it was cool because there's only like, I think that was the last one in the world.
Yeah, it was.
And now there's none. Just, you know what?
And they didn't complain about that, did they?
No, nobody did. They like to pick and choose and cry.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick and choose and cry for you. Oh no, you're going to do that to Wildcat. Oh no. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Like, let's get something new and exciting. I mean, it doesn't even have to be totally exciting. It could be a family coaster.
Yeah, it could be one of those.
Just something new. I'm tired of.
This is that Jay's getting at Fiesta, Texas.
Yeah, something cool for the kids or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna go ride a kiddie coaster. I'm sorry. If you're out chasing I was guilty of it, and then eventually I'm like, why am I chasing kiddie roller coasters. I could barely fit in these stupid things. I'm like, why do I got to hurt myself to get a credit? I'm like, no more. I did that for like a year. Like, I mean, I didn't do it like all the time. Yeah. I might have got like 5 or 6 kiddie coasters. I'm like, why? I'm like, I look like a pedophile doing this. See? They, you know what? I hung around.
Before I said it.
Yeah, I know. See what happens when you hang around ape? Stay away from the American pedophile enthusiast and it'll be okay. You don't need... I'm gonna retrain everybody's brain. Say it with me, everybody. You don't need to chase kiddie coasters. You don't have to chase them. I don't do it no more. I won't get on them. I'm done riding kiddie coasters. I stopped doing that years ago. Mm-hmm. I mean, I tried I happened the spinning one.
Yeah.
And then one time, Cadence wanted me to ride with her when we were in Virginia.
Yeah.
So she's a little girl. She asked me to ride a coaster. She's like, I want to ride with you, Uncle Josh. So I did that. But if you let's rephrase that. If you do not have your own little child to ride the ride, and then you're going to ride them because you want a credit, you look like a pedophile. Yes, just saying. I mean, hey, I'm guilty. I did it too. I did it for one season, like chasing them. You know what I mean? So I don't want to ride them.
That's the only one that I would actually be interested in riding.
I mean, I tried ride it once, like but I don't think I could fit in them.
Thing is, Spaghetti Bowl doesn't actually look like a kiddie ride, though.
No, it's considered a family coaster.
Same thing with Catwoman's Whip. That's not really a kiddie ride in a sense.
Well, it's a family coaster / I barely fit in that thing. That stupid black bar that they got on it. I mean, I've ridden it, and I've ridden it recently too.
Yeah.
But
we ridden it on opening day when we went.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. You look like you like kids in the wrong way. So stay out of the kiddie coasters. Just letting you know. You should rethink your coaster credits. Mm-hmm. All right, on to the final topic. Then we'll talk about Leathal Weekend. Then we'll go to bed. But this one's going to be a lot of talking, like I always do. So this is Epic Universal's Monster. What's known at this time? I've been trying to go land by land. So I started with Universal Monsters because that's the land I'm most excited for. Yeah. I'm excited about the whole park. But everybody knows I'm a horror guy. I like haunted houses. I like horror movies, horror music. The whole aspect of horror I love, right? So, of course, why wouldn't I want to know about that first? Exactly. I love Super Mario. I'll plug your ears, classified information. Skull Mountain, back row, no lap bar all day. Skull Mountain's a fun family ride.
Yes, it is.
Plug your ears. So anyway, obviously, before we get into this, just make sure this is not a guaranteed fact. This is just stuff that's come up. You know what I mean? There's a lot of information out there, but the park hasn't officially announced this. The only thing that's been officially announced was Super Nintendo World.
Yes.
They didn't even announce what rides. They just said, we're getting the Super Nintendo World. Guaranteed. No, your money back. I mean, they've never even announced Monsters Land. They never announced How to Train Your Dragon or the Harry. These are just things, but I guess people did a lot of digging.
And they figured
and they found permits and stuff like that. So somebody put out this article of different... I mean, I didn't put everything down, but just basically a bunch of the stuff that I was like, whoa, that kind of sounds cool. So this is what I wrote. The land we believe will be based on the Universal monsters known as Project 902 in the permits. Is rumored to contain a portal with a tall beacon atop themed as an electrical tower. It's likely inspired by the original Frankenstein film from 1931, one of Universal's most well-known properties. The portal is also expected to be wrapped in the roots of a large, twisted tree. This is the motif that seems to have survived through multiple iterations of the plans for this land, which has undergone some tinkering since the park was first being dreamt up many years ago. The land itself will be themed as a village that was once terrorized by real monsters. The roots that have taken hold, wrapping around the town, may represent the lasting trauma of the people of this village, always worried the monsters may someday return. The village itself was designed as a dark and dreary place, done in an old European style. This town may not represent any specific place from films like Frankenstein or Dracula. Instead, it may be a completely new location, one where all the monsters once resided in history. Since the town is locked in fear, we may see cages hanging from rooftops. weapons on the ready around every turn, crossbows armed on turrets, and other various weapons hanging on every wall inside the shops. We may be tourists visiting this place of legend, but the residents know the truth and don't take the threat of their return lightly. The land will feature multiple facades to flesh out the feeling of a town, but site plans only show one main retail location located near the entrance to the land. Across from this location on the right side of the land, after entering, will be the area's main dining establishment, referred to as the Steakhouse, Stake, not steak the food. In early concept, and that is the steak, like I just said, like a steak through the heart. This 362-seat restaurant is expected to be an upscale, quick-service location. That means you'll order your food from the counter, but then be seated and have your food brought out to your table when it's ready, similar to the existing locations like the Leaky Cauldron and Diagon Alley. In fact, it looks through each of the 4 lands. Epic Universe will have one of these upscale, quick-service locations. Okay, here we go. The steakhouse will be well themed with the large Gothic candle chandeliers hanging from above and near medieval style decorations along the walls. Continuing the motif of weapons at the ready, there will be crossbows hanging on the walls worthy of Van Helsing and barrels of other various instruments of protection at the ready. Always within reach of diners, the land will feature another smaller dining location. This one shown in permits has having 64 seats designed to look like the windmill from the original Frankenstein film on the outside. This will be another quick service location, but is expected to also contain a bar. One room from early in this land's development is that you'll be able to meet all the Universal monsters within the back section of the village. While the plans have gone through some major changes, it's still expected that we may be able to meet and greet with some various characters, but contrary to some rumors, it will not be set up like Halloween Horror Nights Haunted House or be filled with jump scares. Looming at the back of the land will be a large old manor. This will be the entrance to the land's main ride, which is completely indoors. The facade of this Universal's monster ride is said to have been partially inspired by the former Chateau Miranda in Belgium. After entering, it appears we ascend a staircase within the mansion where the queue continues on at the second level. It is expected that the ride's load platform will be located on the upper level as well. The ride has long been rumored to be a Kuka-style dock ride, the same type of ride system currently in use at Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. And then also, there's another coaster coming too. Originally designed in an outdoor theater attraction, according to early site plans filed with the county, plans officially changed early in 22. The theater and its roller coaster replacement were both rumored to have been themed after the Wolfman. Expected to be a family spinning coaster from Mack Rides. This ride is not expected to go upside down and may almost entirely be outdoors. Plans for the land had to be changed to accommodate for the larger footprint of the new attraction, which takes up more space than the original theater. But surprisingly, the only structure that had to be moved was what permits call a drink stand. The additional section of the land the coaster has taken over was originally designed as a small Central Park type area. So that's all the information that I have. Obviously, things could change. None of it might happen. There might be a joke. I don't know. Yeah. But so you're going to get, if all this is true, you're going to get a crazy themed restaurant. You're going to get a crazy themed smaller one. Obviously, you're going to have gift shops. You're going to have the big ride that's like the Journey, ride for Potter. Then you'll also get a spinny Wolfman themed. There's also room left over for a supposed boat ride themed to Creature of the Black Lagoon.
That would be cool.
So, but that's the only ride I heard or land that has tentative for phase 2.
Yeah.
The other ones don't, so everything else will be whatever. So, I don't know what you guys think about that. I think it's cool. I can't wait to see this.
I love the fact that they're going back to the original idea of Frankenstein and bringing you into a village that's never been basically part of any of the movies.
Yep.
Which makes it even better because now they didn't have to look at making everything look the exact same way. Now you can envision a whole brand new area.
It could be generic. Hey, what's up, Jason in Paradise? Well, hey, you missed all the news and the talk about the MONSTERSLAND on Epic, but the only thing you haven't missed yet was to talk about the show. So you're gonna hear some crazy we're gonna talk crazy music stories from the weekend in a minute, because I'm still kind of living on cloud 9 from it, and it's weird. But anyway, before we get into that, back to like this whole Epic Universe Universal Monsters thing. Like, this is right up my alley. Anybody that's a horror fan, you know what I mean? You guys will love it, right? Like, I think so. Plus, you could be a generic European style village without having to, like you said, get to that certain, you know what I mean? Like, to that certain look. It doesn't have to be screen accurate. It can just be.
No, you can do a generic version, and now you actually still have that feel.
Yeah. I hope they use fog. Where's the fog at? Where the fog at?
Where the fog at?
All right, let's get into Lethal Weekend. I know this might not be everybody's cup of tea, but by the time I'm done talking about this, you'll understand why I'm on a high of this show. Not on any drugs, but a life high. So, New Year's Eve night was the show. You know, it had King Gordy. If you watch my music video, there was King Gordy, right? He's in my music video. We had First Jason. First Jason was actually the first person to play Jason Voorhees. He was Kid Voorhees at the end of the movie, and that's why he has a band, First Jason. It was really sick. We had Gibby Stites. We had Lex the Hex Master. We had myself. We had Problematic. We had, actually, technically, Capital Punishment did not perform. They didn't do their set at all. And I'm sure Fury was happy about that.
Yeah.
He likes just bouncing around, yeah. But before we get into the show, let's do a little rewind. Let's start the story at 10 a.m. on a Friday morning, the day before the show.
That Friday, the 30th.
Yeah, so the 30th. I had to go to Logan Airport, pick up First Jason, pick up the band, and then take him to the airport. And then we had a crazy day. And it was just great being able to hang out with Ari Lehman. Ari Lehman is First Jason. You know, he's the guy who played Jason Voorhees. And if you didn't get to meet him, for anybody that went to the show, that sucks. And those that are watching that never got to meet Ari even at the show. I got to spend a good 8-9 hours with this guy. You know, so did my son Jeremy. Jeremy's like in cloud, you know, he's in heaven because he's hanging out with a celebrity, right? And the guy is super nice, super cool. Like, he reminds me of like a Sherpa, like hippie kind of guy, like in a good way. He's just a very down-to-earth guy. I can't say enough great things about the guy.
Yeah.
Like, he was just a nice guy. And, you know, I took him there. We went. We had to go make a stop at Cookies. I'm not going to say what that is, but you can Google Cookies, and maybe you'll find what we're talking about. We went out to eat, and then from Worcester to the recording studio where I was at today is about 43 minutes. I think the GPS, around there. And except for me, everybody else wrote the song in 43 minutes. Mm-hmm. I had already, I did a test recording at home, and we did the song for 13th World. We did it. It's basically, it sounds like a 2.5 minute commercial, but it was just about, about 13th, where we talk about Touch of Fear and signing a waiver and all the cool things that we do in churches and all kinds of stuff. It's a great song. Nell's heard it. A bunch of us have heard it.
It's catchy.
It's a very catchy tune. Unfortunately, we're not releasing it until the Haunt season opens. It's for the Haunt EP that's coming out this year. But it is a great song. I learned a lot being in the recording studio with him because he's a classically trained musician.
I learned a lot, period, just sitting there and seeing how everything's going around with them, too.
Yeah, and I got to say this, when you meet people, a lot of times people blow smoke up your ass, right? Like, even on Sunday, in the afternoon, I drove back to Worcester from my house, picked him up from the hotel, took him to the airport. We hugged it out, and he's like, I'll be in contact. We're going to keep running everything through Fury, my manager, you know what I mean? Like all the business stuff. He's like, hit me up whenever. Like a text or something. I'm not going to bother the guy, you know what I mean? If I feel like saying hi, or if he wants to, he's more than welcome. But he had already contacted about some business that we were talking about. I thought he was blowing smoke up my ass. It's not that I think the guy's a liar. I'm just so used to everybody blowing smoke up my ass. When you meet people and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do that, and then you never hear from him again. You try to contact him, never hear from him again. But he actually did what he said before I got home from dropping him off. Things were already these certain things. I'm not gonna say what these certain things are, but certain things are happening, and 23 is looking like a really good Giggles year.
Mm-hmm.
It is. But anyway, so
big things coming.
Yeah, there's a lot of big things that I'm not allowed to talk about, and it sucks. But you don't want to put the cart before the horse in case something happens, and then you guys might be looking forward to it, and then it don't happen. Go, well, what the hell happened? So I'm just kind of just putting a little teaser out, like something's coming, but I'm not telling you what until the right time. So don't take it as I'm dogging you guys out and not telling you nothing. It's not what it's about. It's just certain things you're just not allowed to talk about in this business. But yeah, I mean, he was a cool guy. So then I had to go back to Logan Airport the next day on Saturday before the show. Had to go pick up King Gordy, bring him to the same hotel. All the artists were staying at this hotel. And then I was waiting for first Jason to be ready so I could take him to the venue. And then so Gordy goes in his room, hangs out until he gets picked up at like 9 o'clock around there at night. Comes back to the venue. But then while I'm waiting for Ari, somebody, I see this car pull up next to me. I see two dudes in it. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Well, it's Lex the Hexmaster and Kid Savage. And Lex the Hexmaster comes up to my car and he's like, oh, sorry, man. He goes, I thought you were somebody else with the hair or my mohawk. He thought I was somebody else. I was like, nah. I said, I'm Giggles. We're playing tonight. He's like, Giggles, what's up? We talked for, 10, 15 minutes, It was really cool. He's a really cool guy. It was the first interaction I ever had with him. And he signed the Twisted's label. He's walking around with a cane. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to him.
Why? What's up?
I don't know what happened to Lex. But then, Ari comes out. We leave. I think I got there like 6:30. I think I got to the club.
Yeah, you were there around 6:30.
Somewhere around there. You
had, I think, say 6:30, 6:45, because literally you were right at the almost opening.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't leave until first. What is best adult dating site? Hey, I got to make Chris I keep forgetting to put Chris as a moderator. Anybody that's a moderator on there, if you see that, get rid of the sex stuff. We don't need them sex people. If you need to click them sites, you should probably go find a real person to go do it with. Mm-hmm. Not a dating site. Go find a real human being to do your dirty biz to. Or rub it out in the trash. Don't use these sites. Jeremy. No, he likes to. Yeah, but yeah, so but it was just like, now I'm a very humble person. Like I don't have like this ego, like I think I'm better than everybody. You can ask Nell, you can ask John, even Brian that played Jason Voorhees, as a cosplayer. I will hook up my friends when I can. I can't always hook everybody up, but if I can, you know what I mean? If I can give the hook up to be part of something cool like this. Like, I was so excited seeing Nell as Art the Clown and Karina as the Pale Girl. I was calling the Demon Girl for whatever reason, but regardless, like, and seeing Brian playing out and seeing you and all the people, like, you know what I mean? Like, doing all the
pictures taken with me because of the video.
Hey, Nell, you must have had a shit ton of pictures taken with you at the show, because everybody was loving Art the Clown. And the cool thing is, Nell, you're gonna laugh. I send a picture of you, Brian, and first Jason to Zeke. And he goes, wow, you got Nell on stage? He's like, that's effing awesome. He's like, that. Oh, no. He said, that's effing fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying effing. But probably because I said a lot of F words.
Yeah.
So, but like, he thought it was great. Like, I get it. Like, Nell and Karina were there to support me, and I always support them all the time. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, we're all friends. We all help each other out when we can. Right? Where we can, when we can. Right? Like, even if they couldn't show up, I wouldn't be hating on them. I get it. Like, there was a really good turnout for being a New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I don't know what the number was, the final number. I got to ask Fury. I don't know what the final number was, but it was really awesome. You know what I mean? Like,
it was amazing to see how it all worked out.
Yeah, I mean, everybody did great. Like, when the night before, me and Ari and Fury and everybody were like, while we were eating and stuff before we went to the studio, Ari had asked about having cosplayers. And I'm like, yeah, we got cosplayers and we got blah, we got all this crazy stuff, And we were just having a great time,
Yeah.
And he's like, and I was like, I said the haunt manager, my buddy, I said he's dressing up as Art the Clown. His girlfriend's dressing up as the little girl. He's like, can we have Art and Jason Voorhees stand off and mess with each other? And the end result is hysterical.
Worked out funny.
It was so good. Like, I posted a video. Ari liked it. First they loved it. They thought it was great. Matter of fact, I sent Ari a bunch of pictures.
And he posted them.
Yeah, he did. Matter of fact, I'm going to download this photo because it's not on my... I just want to save it to a spot. Let's just go... It really was great, but it's cool. Like, I really truly learned a lot from everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even like when I was talking to Gordy, we were just like talking things and I asked advice and he came out with some good ideas about stuff. Hang on, we're going, there's that other photo. We don't need that one anymore. With John and his funny face with the snowman behind him. Hey, let me just do this with the black screen of death. Sorry, with the black screen of death. And I just wanted to show you a picture that we took with everybody. So this was at the This was at the studio Friday night. So the day before New Year's. So all the way to the left, as you can tell, the guy with the long hair that I'm next to, that's a little taller than me. That's Ari. That's first Jason. Behind me with the brown hat, that's Ether. The other guy behind me to the right in the gray shirt, that's my studio engineer, Nick. And then to my right, that's Fury. That's my homie for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's just watching the process.
Took a couple of good pictures too.
Yeah, so it was just a great time, like, to be able to hang out with all this stuff, like, all these people doing all these things. But here's the kicker that made it even crazier. And like, notice we haven't really talked about the show itself yet, right? We haven't really. So mind you, the name of the show was Leathal New Year's, not the Dr. Giggles show. Leathal New Year's. Now everybody can attest that was there. It was really the Dr. Giggles show, and it wasn't even meant to be that way.
And it's weird that it worked out that way, and it's
because like
still mind blown for both of us.
Because like I went on after like people that are more popular than I am,
yeah.
But the people in the crowd were going crazier for me than
yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know. It's just in my brain. Like like nobody would ever want to visit my brain, right? Like for even 5 minutes, you would not want to be in there. You'd probably kill yourself or run away or want to do drugs just to forget where you were.
You just want to let it end.
Yeah, you do just want to let it end at the end of it. And so Problematic's on. He does a song or two. Then he's like, "Yeah, where's Dr. Giggles? Get up here." And I come up there. I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" And he talking about how we're the gentleman and how we met and all this other shit. And I'm like, "Wow, that was cool. All right, cool." Like, you know what I mean? Like, I thought that was just a nice moment.
Yeah, it was.
Well, in my head, going back to, Nell saying you're a headliner guy, so stop doubting. My head, because of how my life has been, I've always been stepped on and I always felt I'm not worthy and I don't deserve it.
But we all know you do.
I know, but it's my brain trying to accept that I'm worth it and I'm worthy of it. Like, my head is, I've always been stomped on, bullied, as a kid growing up. And then eventually now I'm, You know what I mean? I've learned to defend my, over the years, and just, now I got this mouth, and I'm like, you know what? That's why I come off like, a lot of people think I'm rude or I'm an asshole or something. No, I'm tired of the bullshit in life. And that's just me, just, when you spout it out at the mouth at me, that now you're going to catch the end of it. You know what I mean? Ask him, ask anybody. I will do anything for anybody. I will help people. I will go above and beyond. It was always because I always want to be accepted, right? That's why you do it. You want to have friends. You want people to like you. So you do all this stupid shit to get people to like you, and then you don't feel like you ain't shit all the time. Yeah, I know. This show really made me realize that. That was me getting to the point. Like I love all the headliner people. Like, I don't know a lot of the openers. Like, I know a few, like, Rival and some other people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, having the big dogs basically show respect to the old dog. You know what I mean? Because I've been around a lot longer than a lot of them do. Not everybody. You know what I mean? But, like, I've been around longer than Problematic and Gibby Stites and Lex the Hexmaster and all them. They were showing their the respect to the old heads.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And that's what they did. Because, like, people were still going crazy for these people, but they were, like, I have never in my life had anybody chant my name.
Yep. And you had that chant going.
And, like, and then the DJLM's computer went on the fritz a little bit, and it didn't save my file. Music. So people are chanting, they're getting ready to put me on, and they're going, Dr. Giggles, Dr. And I'm like, what? Me? What? And then, so then, like, I'm just, I gotta
stage and got going.
Right?
The
mics. I had to run, go get it. Then the mics aren't working. They had the mics off. Like, I had to turn them on. They're on, but on the mixing board, they're off. And then you can hear in the video, people turn the mics on. Like, not us, but other people in the crowd. So then, I'm doing the thing, and then I do the wheelchair gag, and then I'm like, when I say doctor, you'll say the place is going nuts.
Yep.
And, like, everybody was going nuts. It was crazy.
Off with your head was going nuts.
Oh, yeah, people were going nuts, and we were just doing it. We were just having fun.
Hell, autopsy, we had everybody doing it.
Oh, yeah, we have this stuff. In the chorus, it's like, what is it? Slice, chop. Hit him with an autopsy. Slice, swing, chop, whatever it is.
It's slice, chop.
Yeah. I can't even remember my own shit. Anyway, so but if you
That's
watch,
why you need me around you.
I know. So I got to get the video, so the videos of each song put up. But you can see the people in the crowd doing the slice, chop thing. It was fucking crazy. So then I did like a 13-minute set, because the way it was supposed to go with me. Then it was supposed to go into Capital Punishment. Then it was supposed to go into King Gordy. But we were running out of time because some bands didn't show up, so we kind of stalled a little bit because we wanted to have something, we wanted some act on stage during the countdown, and that was King Gordy. So then, like, we did the countdown, we're celebrating, and then they did like one or two more songs, and then here I come. You know what I mean? We did Voices in My Head live with King Gordy, and it was sick. It was sick. Like, the place was nuts. And then I didn't know anything until, like, later on, like the next day or whatever. King Gordy had leaned over to Fury. Oh, let me accept that. So
I meant to send that earlier, but
I said the download. King Gordy had leaned over to Fury because they were watching me, but this is before King Gordy went on. He leaned over and he goes, "This is real horrorcore." So that's a compliment. That's what you want to hear. Like, this is real horrorcore music. So,
and by far our energy on that stage.
Oh yeah, we're just going crazy.
God.
So then, like, I'm talking to Fury later, and he's like, "Dude, you were a god up there. You commanded the whole crowd, like the whole place, everybody, like all the big act, all like Gibby and everybody. They stopped me and they were like, dude, I can never get tired of watching you do that." Oh, and then Fabian, the drummer for First Jason, he filmed my whole set. I can't wait for him to send me that. He's front row filming it, and Jeremy's sitting in the wheelchair, my son, we did the gag with the beach pail, the sand pail filled with little babies. And he's just Jeremy's flinging them out. I'm watching them fly by my head. They're flying at everybody. They're just hitting everybody. But poor Fabian is over there getting pelted in the face, in the head, while he's filming me. And he was like, dude, that was sick.
Yes, it was.
And there was some crazy stuff that, I
don't know how it happened, but at some point, me and you were just like, right in each other's faces. I'm
singing to each other. Like, if you weren't, like, even when the video comes out, that's not going to do you justice. No. If you were not there, you missed it. Rez was there, so, I always talk about Rez, my boy Rez. He's the one that reviews the haunts around here now, and he showed up. He had it. Nell and Cupcake over here. We ripped his shirt up. Well, they did. I didn't even see it happen.
I held him, ripped his shirt up, and Art killed him.
Yeah, Art killed him with a hacksaw, and it was crazy. They wrote Art on his chest and fake blood. Yeah. It was crazy. Like, and even Rez was like, he was telling me after the set, after I did he's like, dude, he goes, you're gonna blow up, dude. He's like, there's no. He's like, after what he got, what I want everybody that's watching this to remember New Year's Eve.
As the blow up.
New Year's Eve was the spark for my trajectory to go up.
Even farther than it was.
Yeah, more than within 2 years. You know what I mean? Within 2 years, I should be in the underground. Maybe even sooner than that. I should be a household name that I always at least wanted. But don't worry, Chris. Don't you worry. I'm working on.
We're working on stuff.
We're working on stuff to get around the country. We're working on it. I still told Fury for now anyway. Don't book me during the haunt season.
Yeah.
But because eventually I had talked to one of the owners. I sent the song, and then he heard the song, and he know. Yeah, I did. Matter of fact, Ari has been to that bar. They've been in it. They said the bar sucks. They told me one near Tampa that's better. They said it's too touristy. It's not, it's worth going to once, but he was just like, He's like, it's okay. They're like, just go once just to say you went. But they're like, if you really want a cool horror, I got to ask him again where it is, but there's one near Tampa. Oh, Spookeasy. Instead of a speakeasy, it's called Spookeasy. So he said, look into that one. He says, that one's better than that one you told me about, Chris. But he said he's been there. He was like, definitely go and check it out. Yeah, just remember, New Year's Eve is the spark. There's so much stuff going on. And, dude, I mean, hey, you're the one that said, hey, I'm going to be Art and do it. And, hey, if I could, I get it now. I totally get it. There's days I wake up and I go, I don't want to act anymore. Not because of the giggle. It's just when you get older, it fucks your body up. You know what I mean? You can't do it like a 20-year-old. You can't. But I know I still have it to do it. I mean, if I can't act, then I can't do music. Mm-hmm. My body's going to do the same shit no matter what. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Rich and everybody knows, eventually at some point, I'm not going to, even if my body can act, eventually I'm not going to be able to act in the haunt. Period. Because as my popularity grows, people are going to go to the haunt just to see me in it. Not yet. Maybe this season, maybe the season after. When you start seeing that people are trying to take, what do you call it? Trying to take pictures and you start getting Congo lines because of said person, you need to take that. I seen what happened when ICP was in Spooky World back when it was at the Patriot Stadium in the woods behind it. One night they were in there scaring in the clown set. They had to take them out.
Yep.
The line was 2-3 hours when it should have only been 20 minutes. Because everybody's trying to take pictures. Everybody's trying to, you know what I mean? So, but, now, you really killed it as Art the Clown. You know what I mean? You had fun. You had the mannerisms down, especially with the horn, and you were messing with Jason. Especially, the way that I filmed that, the back and forth, was pretty cool. I'm looking at Jason, and then he's toying with you, and then I look at you, and then now you're toying with him. And look, I'm 44. I turn 45 next month. I still got the energy to do it, but anyway, I told Rich, I'm like, eventually, even besides that, eventually I'm going to end up not being able to be at the haunt because I'm going to, I don't know when that happens. It could be never. It could be 20 years. It could be 5 years. Whatever. But my main, let's be honest, the main bread and butter is October. That's when I should be out touring.
Yeah.
But when I talk to Rich, they're going to try and get that stage built because Ari said that if we, there's been talks. It was supposed to be like next year a stage. And I didn't say anything negative, like I'm out of here or nothing to Rich, nothing like that, I just said, hey, Ari said if you build a stage, he'll come there and he'll perform the 13th World Song and do a show and all this other stuff. Now, if he does that, then I'm okay with the not having to worry about leaving the haunt ever because I have the stage. I'll do a show once a week. Yeah, in the Fright Park because Rich told me, he goes, well, I'm going to try and get that done for the season then. Because now we have, like we want to have, like Nell was saying, cover bands play. You know what I mean? Have them come in and play. Every once in a while, I could do the haunt EPs. I can't do abortion and the others. I can't, Rich and Zeke's wife will have a panic attack and kill me. Yeah, exactly. Have an asylum and a church in the background. Like, you know what I mean? I'll play once a week. I don't care.
Gargoyles.
Yeah. I'll play once a week. You know what I mean? I don't care. Just to be out there, but it'll draw people in. And I know a bunch of people, like Problematic, he's like, I got sets for days that don't have swears in them. He's like, if that's what you want, I got it.
Yeah, because didn't he make a lot of them because of the crap that was going on?
Well, he's got a bunch of stuff, you know what I mean? And I was like, and I told Rich, I don't want to, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff going on, you know what I mean? So we'll see how things turn out, you know what I'm saying? We're all good. So, but yeah, but the show though, back to the show, it was a great time. I feel bad that I didn't really get to talk to Nell and Karina a lot and Rez and even you.
I got fine because I was going all over the place.
I got pulled in 45,000 different directions, right? I was pulled everywhere. Because I was co-promoter of that show too. So I'm over here, this guy needs this. The actors are trying to get in and they can't get in yet because they don't have the list of names and stuff like that. Plus that guy at the door was a dick.
Yeah, that guy was an asswad.
Like everybody wanted to knock that guy out. Like I get you got to be a dick when you're at the door. I get that. Especially like go with drinks. We get it. You want us to buy your drinks. Well, guess what? I didn't spend $1 on drinks. I had all my drinks in the car. But that's why they don't want you to leave that parking lot.
Yep.
They don't want you going to your car to get drinks. Well, guess what? I'm an artist. I'm leaving the car and getting you don't want me. I forgot I even had a Mountain Dew can. Unopened. He's like, nah, I got to take that. I'm like, I'm walking to the car. He's like, nah, I got to take it. And he went in my pocket and took it. He wouldn't even let me hand it. He went right in and snatched that shit.
You know why? He probably drank the fucking thing.
He probably did. I appreciate that. Now, like, I get it why you, like, Jess wanted to punch him out. Brandon Allen wanted to punch him out. Everybody wanted to punch him out. He was even a dick. He took my fucking watermelon Mountain Dew. I wanted to fucking take the can and smash it in his fucking eyeball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, dude.
Use him as a real prop.
Yeah, I would have killed him and put him on the stage with me. You know what I mean? Like, fuck that dude. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure I'll play there. I really don't want to play there again, but we're trying to do bigger things, man. We're trying to.
Gotta try for the Palladium.
Yeah, we are trying for that. And Webster Theater, and we're trying different spots. You know what I mean? We're trying to go to different areas. Like, that's a dive bar, the Raven. It's a cool place, but the sound guys suck.
That wasn't the same sound guy that we normally have either.
Yeah, the chat looks like a New York City subway. FYI. Now, let me ask you this. When you become Art the Clown at the Fright Park, are you going to wear the mask or are you going to do face paint? Because the only thing that I would suggest about if you were going to go face paint, use grease paint.
Yeah, it works better.
Because like the paint that you had on there, because like when you look at Art the Clown, they lay a, we're not
They layered in it.
Yeah, they probably got like 4 or 5 layers of fucking clown paint on that poor guy.
Yeah.
Because I've heard about what that guy, like because the director of Terrifier does arts makeup. Like he's the one, not a makeup person, the director, because he's very particular about how the nose and how the makeup is, and if it's messed up, they wipe it all off and start again.
That's just crazy.
Because the guy is very particular about the makeup for Art the Clown. That's why it's like that. And I'm like, okay. Because I'm like, that's so hard to do. That's like when you look at like Insane Clown Posse, like their makeup. I mean, they said they could put their makeup on in their sleep because they've been doing it for 30 plus years.
30 plus years.
So they could do it. I haven't had to wear face paint ever in my life for the shows. So yeah, what do you call it? So with Trans World coming, you know, I'm going Dr. Giggles shopping. I'm getting a new Dr. Giggles outfit, a new mask, a new everything. So we're doing shopping for getting some props. I'm going to spend probably $2,000-$3,000 probably. Not that I want to,
but it's going to work for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need nothing crazy big. I just need some cool things. Hey, Jay, he's home. One other cool thing I wanted to say too was, even after the show was over, me and Jeremy, we went to Denny's after, which we didn't know how close we really were to the hotel until we left. When I put it in the GPS, I'm like, oh, how far is this? 0.3 miles. So we went to Denny's, and if you ever want to see a rock star in action, I finally got to see a rock star use their pull, because it was an hour wait for a table at Denny's at 1:30 in the morning. Well, because New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, midnight day, whatever. And let me tell you guys, being able to break bread again with Ari and Fabian and Serena.
Fabian's really cool. All three of them are really cool.
Yeah, I learned a lot. They were really cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we were vibing out and just, it was just a great conversation. You know, we were shooting the shit, and Ari asked me if I could send him any of the pictures that I took, and I was like, yeah, I sent them all to him right there. He posted a bunch that I took of him. So I made a lot of friends. I mean, even with King Gordy, you know, I just made a lot of connections with everybody. Started getting numbers and contacts from everybody. Like, I usually don't do that, because my whole thing is I don't want to be a bother to somebody famous. Because think about this in the grand scheme. Yes, they're getting paid to play these shows, right? And you as a fan expect to see them around, interact maybe, you know, in a smaller venue than like a big... Oh, the mask because of the dick at the door. Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I got to send a whole bunch of them to you now. I still, like, that whole weekend was like Rockstar 101, I call it. Like, I learned a lot. I stayed in my lane, and even after all that with the crowd change. Oh, I forgot to tell everybody too. So, you know, we're done with, you know, all the bands and everything are done. All the rappers, everybody's done. Now it's like just DJ LM spitting some music.
DJ LM and you.
So, but before that happened, me and Kyle, Ether, were talking, and we're like, the mics were off again.
That was funny, though.
So we walked over to the sound guy, and we were like, hey, can you turn the mics on? You know, we're going to talk and stuff.
That was funny.
So we go over there, we're talking shit and whatever, and then all of a sudden, I ended up doing an encore. Mm-hmm. And it was the encore that everybody wanted.
Yes, it was.
Because I wasn't going to do Just Let It End, because we're at a party. That's a downer song, you know, an anti-suicide song. It's a downer. But DJ LM really wanted to do it, and he wanted to do it with me. So we did it, and it was great. And then after we did it, I taught that song's only like 3 minutes and change or whatever long. I was on stage for 10 minutes. You know, thanking everybody for being there. And then I pulled all the 13th World people up, and then I introduced everybody. Even Rival came up, and Stolly came up.
Just after I took my freaking costume off.
Yeah, no. And then, I mean, I didn't know that was going to happen. And I just brought it up and introduced everybody and told everybody about the haunt and was like, yo, don't be a pussy ass bitch. Come to this haunt. We'll scare the shit out of you. Telling everybody, yeah, you could, if you saw if you saw the Just Let It End video that somebody posted, this cool fan of mine that I got, he posted the video of the Just Let It End thing. And it was really cool. If you've seen it, if not, you can find it on the Dr. Giggles Facebook page. It was a lot of fun. I mean, I really appreciate John and Nell and Karina and Rez and everybody that just came out. Brian. Like, for Brian, that was a huge thing. He's a huge Friday the 13th fan. Ari signed some stuff for him. They took pictures. He got to be on stage with one of his idols. And, at the end of the night...
He acted exactly like...
Yeah, he was acting just like Jason, slow, sluggish, moving guy. And everybody had a great time. I had a great time. It was like a blur.
I'm still living on the hype.
Yeah, but it also made me happy to see everybody else having fun. Because, like, when Nell and Karina were Art and the Pale Girl, like, if you yell at Karina, she turned, but she was in the character. She wouldn't break character. Yeah. And it was awesome. And especially, like, when the interaction was starting, before Nell went on the stage, they're going through the bag, and he pulls out the real hacksaw, and I loved at the end when you and Brian, you had the hacksaw and he had the machete, and you guys clanked at the end. Like, that was cool.
That was a cool thing.
That was like, getting ready to battle, like clink, like, like a Freddy versus Jason thing. It was awesome. And everybody loved it. Everybody's been talking about it. Fury said I was a god and commanded the place, and I'm like, okay.
You really did.
I guess I did, but, like, the problem is when you're on a stage and you're doing these things, you don't realize what's really going on until you get to relax.
Once you're up there, and it's literally, I'll say it through my eyes, we're up there, we're doing our thing. We're doing whatever we're doing. I'm looking out at the crowd a lot more than you are.
I mean, I'm looking at the crowd, but I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see.
So I can I see more than you do, and it's like, holy crap. Especially on Saturday, it's like everybody's over there going.
I know, we had people waving their hands in the air and all that other bullshit.
And you can hear them actually sing the songs.
I know.
Especially Off with the Head, Abortion, and Autopsy. We had people singing that song, and then you had Just Let It End, and it's like I'm in the back over there changing, and I can hear that. I'm like, holy shit!
Oh yeah, it was just. So yeah, there's a lot, and when I can tell people about it, I'll let you guys know. But there's a lot of shit that's in the works right now. I don't know when it's happening. I know the part of the haunt season there that's off limits for, so to speak, to leave and go do the music thing. But we're doing things with music to haunt fright parks and stuff that's never been done. So hopefully you guys come out, because I know Fabian
wants to come out and enjoy it.
Art wants to take Cupcake out. I know you didn't. Yeah, you didn't take him out.
No, but he forked me.
Oh, Art forked Cupcake. But so basically, like, Fabian from first year, even Ari, they want to come out just to come out and check the haunt out. Like, not even. They just want to come out because, like, we were talking to haunt up. They've seen the actors. They've seen video footage of the haunt. Like, we want to check this place out because Fabian's like, yeah, I want to wear that necklace and get fucked up. You know what I mean?
All of this whole last year with the Dr. Giggles hitting the stage with you and everything felt like I will say this. First show, okay, we were there.
Yep.
Second show, another step up on the next show, and then that little mini tour that we went on.
Oh, bizarre. Yeah.
And then the weekend show went up even more. I wasn't at your other show with
DJ
Paul, but this show alone, I could see we were here. We're up here already.
Oh yeah, within a year.
On the levels that we are on, and the enthusiasm between the two of us.
Yeah.
And I will say this, even on live on here, I appreciate everything that you've done.
Well, I appreciate it. It was like I said.
I never, ever, ever would have thought I've done this crap at all.
Oh, I know. It's. I mean, it's a great thing to see you enjoy it, and I'll enjoy everybody enjoy it. Like everybody at the haunt is very supportive of it. They love it. I mean, they get a benefit out of it too. And I mean, you even had Ari on stage during a set talking about the song, talking about I didn't tell him to do that. He did that on his own.
Yeah.
Nobody told him to say shit. Nobody. He did that on his own because he let's be honest. And yeah, I have acting credits. But here's the thing. He genuinely loves us. Yeah. He loves what we're about, like especially like Dr. Giggle stuff. He loves that we do the haunted house stuff. He is wicked support. Most famous people that you meet are not like that at all. This guy is like a down-to-earth dude that just wants to be part of shit and have fun and party and just...
Look at when we were in the studio. Everybody was going in that booth and everybody was like, he was all excited hearing everything. And he's like, dude, that was sick. And then even with Nick.
Yep.
Nick blew his mind with some of the stuff that he was doing.
And Nick's young.
Yeah.
He's early 20s, and he's killing shit in the studio. Well, I appreciate that now. Nell says, may not seen eye to eye in the beginning, and we didn't. He goes, but I have your back because you're like a brother now because you earned in my eye. I tried, I try my best. I try to do what I can. I will never say I'm the best. I'm never going to say I'm the best at what I do. You know what I mean? I know there's people that are better than me at everything that I do. And that's okay. You know what I mean? I try to do the best of my ability, and I try to earn my keep. You know what I mean? If I don't earn my keep, then fuck me. Because I didn't earn my keep. No, that's Jess's job. She could do that. But, yeah, like Chris says, he loves the behind the scenes, but I got to get to bed. I don't have to get to bed, but... And I know we started late, and I apologize. So remember, 2 weeks... The next 2 weeks, we're off. I got videos I got to edit and stuff to add. So there's still going to be stuff coming out. So don't worry about that. And we're going to have, what is it, New Year, New Me? Well, New Year, New SFNE to something different. Yeah, so let me look at the calendar. We'll come back in 2 weeks. So the 19th, we come back. So really, you get a full week off.
Yeah.
And we come back. So we're really taking a week off. Oh, yeah, you were definitely the hottest motherfucker to get along with. Trust me now. I'll say it for the world to hear. There were times, if I could have killed you and got away with it, I would have. But I like freedom. And I get it. Like, people, you know what I mean? People don't always see eye to eye, but it takes something to happen. I don't know what that is. And then everybody comes together. I don't know what happened, how it happened, but it happened.
The odd thing enough, me and Nell never actually had a coming out, so we've always actually had.
Well, we never, but I mean, me and Nell never hated each other, but there was just times I'm like, what's with this motherfucker? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I've said it to you. I'm like, what is with this guy? Like, what did I do? Well, you know what I mean? It won't be SFNEOnline, it'll be something else, but that'll be coming this year. That's coming this year. A whole new whatever. It could fail. It could blow up. I don't know what's going to happen. But we got to get away from Six Flags being just strictly Six Flags. We got to get away from being just strictly New England because there's nothing going on in New England to support a channel anymore. Nothing. You know what the most exciting thing in New England right now is? Dr. Giggles. And that's not even a ride. There's nothing coming anywhere.
Actually, there's another good thing.
What?
Boston Bruins.
Well, yeah, Boston Bruins is good. Well, other than that, you know what I mean? That's what we got. New England's got nothing going on. And that's why, I've slacked the hell off with SFNEOnline. There's nothing. What do you guys, you know what I mean? I can't win. Oh, we're gonna set all that up now. But like I said, I can't win. You people want me to stick to doing New England shit, and there ain't nothing to talk about. When there's something to talk about, I talk about it. I'm all about, don't worry about it, Jay. We're not mad at you. We get it. Oh, no, we're already working on that. Oops, I said too much.
Oh, you shouldn't have said nothing.
Oops, Lindsay, I said too much.
It's only a skit.
Huh?
Yeah, it's only a skit.
No, no. like this month next month, me and Fury are writing a script. We're working on the story, but we are doing it, and we're gonna have music people in it, and we're gonna have friends in it. It is coming. Yeah, there is a Dr. Giggles movie coming that me and Fury were making. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't expect anything like mind blowing, like big budget. This is a legit no budget movie. This is gonna be less money than Terrifier 1.
Less money than
maybe
Two
we
Girls in a Cup.
Less than that. But there is a Dr. Giggles movie coming. I just don't know when we start filming it or when it's released and all that. But like I said, yeah, I don't have money to pay him. If I did, I would. That's why it's a no budget. Mm-hmm. We got people that we can have help with it. You know what I mean? That'll help us make it, and it's not completely no budget. Oh yeah, I know, but I mean, we can use a lot of the sets and facades from The Haunt. I want to be well, let's just put it this way. Anybody that's in the movie, the only people that are going to get paid right off the bat are like celebrities, because we already have celebrities that are down. Mm-hmm. So
stop talking.
I know, enough. All right, we're getting out of here before I start killing the whole thing. You want to know the fucking plot? I mean, we don't have a plot. We don't have a plot or a script yet, but I could go on talking about this thing, but it's just something that's coming. I don't know when it's going to release. I know it's going to film this year. Well, we'll just put it that way. And when we need extras and stuff, I'll let you guys know. But that is being worked on. Okay, enough of that. Anyway, we'll be back on the 19th, okay? Next week, no show. Week after show. So remember, next week, no show. No, I can't keep talking, because then he's going to kill me, and everybody else is going to kill me. So I'm just going to get out of here. So anyway, I'm going to... don't worry. You'll be finding out more about this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, now, when we make the movie, and then you're a builder. Now. Mm-hmm. This is,
Cupcake, John.
Yeah, you'll see all that. People can be in the movie. We're going to have fun with it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be straight cheesy. Mm-hmm. It's going to be low budget. It's going to be low budget cheese. Oh, that was a quiet one.
That was a...
I hope it stinks. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Till next time, everybody, keep on coasting y'all. Peace. Hey. Bye. Oh, man. Thank God we're over. About that movie. Stop talking. Oh, it smells like shit in here. Give me that shit. Fuck. Oh, God. I think it's movie coming. I don't know what year, but it's coming. He's killing me.